Okay, so June 2013, we're going straight to number 31. Is it? Oh. Okay, here we are. So part B of June 2013, right? That's what we're working on. Reading comprehension. Each of the following sentences contains a blank space. Below each sentence are 4 choices. Select the one which best completes the sentence and shade the corresponding space on the answer sheet. No me levanto temprano porque la oficina está something hoy. So what don't I do early today? I don't get up early because the office is. All right, so what do these words mean? Perhaps you already know the answer because you know the word, right? But what do the other words mean? Fuera means outside. What do the others mean? Cerca means close to. What does rota look like? Broken, right? And cerrada means closed. So our answer has to be closed, right? The office is closed. It can't be any of these things for us to not get up early. All right. Mañana va a llover, pero no puedo encontrar mi what? All right, so what do we know here? Mañana is tomorrow, right? So here to do well in this section, we have to know our vocabulary, right? It is going to rain, llover. So I cannot find, no puedo encontrar is to find. What can't I find? So one of these words means umbrella, yes. Which one is it? Right, paraguas, right? And you could see inside it, agua, water, the thing for water, right? What is a parabrisas? A parasol, right? A parasol is what, well, we don't use it. Oh, sorry. Windshield, yes. Good. All right, what is a bufanda? A scarf, right. How do you say parasol in Spanish? So this is a scarf. This one is umbrella. This is a windshield. What is a paracaídas? Caída, from caer, to fall. So what thing would we use for falls? Parachute, right. And a parasol, which we would use for sun, if we used umbrellas for sun, is a sombría. Right, a little bit like hats. Okay. Al regresar del médico, I will leave the screen up for anybody who needs to note vocabulary after, right? Con su hijo enfermo, Doña Carlota fue a la farmacia con. Okay, so al regresar, we know that al plus the infinitive of a verb means on doing something. On doing whatever the infinitive is, right? So if it were on eating, al comer. If it were on reading, al leer. Al regresar, on returning, home, regressar, returning home, from the doctor with her son, her sick son, Doña Carlota. She went where to the pharmacy with what? She has to go with her what? Does she go with, she has to go with a, in English, the word is prescription. She has to go with a prescription, right? So what does she go with? Can you rule out the others? What can you rule out? You can rule out Receta's recipe. You can rule out Revista's magazine. You can rule out Retrato's portrait. Did y'all choose E? Sorry, not E. A as the answer. Which could mean receipts, but in this context will mean prescription, right? Now, I've also seen prescripción as the word for prescription. All right. Cuando sonó something, when something sonó from sonar to ring, right? Isabel corrió, she ran, from correr, to run, to do it, contestarlo, right? To answer it. Right, so there are a few clues here, right? It has to be something we can answer, contestar. And lo tells us it is, well, it may not tell us anything actually, but it could tell us it is masculine, right? Yeah, it tells us whatever the thing is masculine. So you could rule out A and D. So alarma is just like it says alarm, campana, bell, disparo, shot, and teléfono is our answer, right? So 33B. Okay, para lavar la ropa, se necesita comprar. What do we need to buy? Do we need to buy sopa? Do we need to buy llave? Do we need to buy jabón? Do we need to buy jamón? So lavar la ropa is to wash clothes, right? Yeah, we have to buy soap. Which one means soap? So sopa is what? It looks like soap, but it's really soup. Llave is key. Jabón is soap. And jamón is ham. Right. So jabón, C, right? Okay, so please note any vocabulary that is unfamiliar if you haven't already. All right, so we're on to 35 to 38. Do you all want time to try these on your own and then we answer them together? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, right? For you to try it on your own and then we'll answer it together. All right, so según, very useful word according to, right? Something. Yo agrego from agregar. To add in English, you know the word aggregate. Maybe we don't know it, but we've heard it, maybe. Usually in context of like hardwares when they're selling gravel and stuff. All right. Una cucharadita, a teaspoonful, right, of salt on the dish. So yes, you might be able to get the answer. Make sure you also use this as an opportunity to learn any new vocab, right? Right, so according to the letter, according to the map, note that map is one of those special words that ends in an A but is masculine. La receta, the recipe, or the calculator? Great, so the recipe, right? So see, 36. Ahora, so now, recuerdo from recordar, to remember. What do I remember? All the dates, all the historical dates. So fechas is dates, right? But estoy seguro de, so estar seguro de, to be sure that, to be sure of, to be sure, right? De que, when, no las recordaré. What tense is this? This is future, right? So I'm sure that I will not remember them when. It has to be, if it's in the future, it has to be only a time in the future. So anoche, last night, mañana, tomorrow. Right? Anteayer, day before yesterday. You could see before I'm tasting here and then ayer yesterday. Esta mañana, this morning. So that can't help us. Right? All right. Number 37. Antonio se ha dormido porque la película es muy... So if he fell asleep, if he's sleeping, the movie must be what? Interesante, interesting, no. Divertida, interesting, entertaining, no. Right? Soñadora, loud. Aburrida, boring. Right? Right. Gloria no tiene muchos something. Y por eso, ella puede ahorrar mucho dinero en el banco. So, ahorrar is to save. And the opposite of to save is to spend, which is gastar. Right? To spend or to use. So you could gastar dinero, but you could also gastar gas. Right? You could also use gas. All right, in a car. Okay, so she doesn't have a lot of, what are gastos then? Sueldos, ahorros, cambios. So gastos, expenses, right? Which you could see from gastar, things that are spent. Sueldos, salary. Ahorros, savings. Change, right? So what's the answer? It has to be A, right? So 37 and 38 is A. Okay, a minute. Right, so subjunctive is not supposed to be required of you, but you're just supposed to recognize it. But sometimes if you know it, it can make your life easier. Right? So we will do it and we will talk about the general uses. But you don't have to know it like how you know preterite, like how you need to know preterite and imperfect and future tense and so on. Right? Yeah, it does make your life easier, right? If you understand subjunctive, it makes forming commands easier. And it makes some of the situations easier. So, no problem. All right, so here is a fill in the blank exercise, right? Let me see. Okay, so the paragraph below contains blank spaces. 4 suggested answers. Read the paragraph carefully, send the answers best in context, then shade, blah, blah, blah. La casa fue something el año pasado y ahora something muy bonita. Okay. So the answers here are pintada, sorry, not pintada, right? And está muy bonita. So what are they tested? Your knowledge of grammar, right? So your ability to say, okay, casa is singular and feminine and must agree, pintada must agree. And then your knowledge of ser and estar, right? So está muy bonita to describe a state now, because they tell you now. So we don't mean it's permanently beautiful, we mean right now. So that means temporary. So and since they say now, that means present tense. So we reason está, right? All right. So let's see what we're gonna do with these here. Okay, mis vacaciones. I'm gonna go through the passage with you and then leave you with some time to choose your answers, right? Last something semana, so something week. Será, okay, so it has to be in the future, right? Because será is future. La primera semana de mis vacaciones. Oh, this is true, right? For all of us now, something week will be the first week of my vacation, right? Ahora mismo no something preocupado, something de que salí bien en mis exámenes. All right, so now I'm preocupado means worried, right? So it's a feeling. De que salí bien en mis exámenes, I will do bad. I will do well, right? Oh, so not I will do, sorry. Salí is what tense? Pretrit, I did well in my exams, right? So a nice expression, salir bien en a los exámenes, right? To do well in exams. Also, you probably know tener buenas notas as another way to say it. All right. Cuando something las vacaciones. So this is in the future. It hasn't happened yet, so it has to be probably future, right? Pienso ir al extranjero. What is ir al extranjero? Con mis padres. And who are padres? What is ir al extranjero and who are padres? Good. Padres are parents. And ir is to go. Al extranjero is abroad. Right? So this person is thinking of going abroad. Lucky them. Que siempre something mucho dinero en sus compras. Somebody, a lot of money, somebody always has a lot of money, probably their parents, right? But what is compras? What is compras? What verb does it remind you of? Shopping, good. So it's something to do with their shopping, right? So it's beginning to sound like they spend a lot of money on their shopping, right? Or maybe they don't like to spend a lot of money. I don't know. We have to see the choices. Que something tener tales padres. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? All right, so let's break it down. Que with the accent means what? As in, like if you were gonna say que sorpresa, what's a surprise, right? So que what's something? Tener, to have. We're not sure about tales, okay? And then padres is parents. All right. So tal, you know the word tal? It means such. Except I've written sushi. Perhaps I want sushi. All right, such. And because padres is plural, they've made it agree in number. They can't do it for gender, but they've made it agree in number, right? So what something to have such parents? So most likely it's what luck. But we haven't read the choices, so it could be the opposite too. All right, everybody understands everything about the comprehension part, the passage part. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to go through the answer choices. If you have a question, you could ask in the chat, but I'm going to give you a chance first, right? Okay. Let's do 39. Mid. All right, okay. And we'll be alert for the little clues that can help us when we run into questions when we're not sure about the answer, right? All right, so 39, that's something semana será. So será is what tense? Future tense, right? So once the ending is added to the infinitive, is either future or conditional. It hasn't happened yet. So when we look for our answer, última means last. Nope, that's not it. Pasada also means past. That's not it. Pronto means now. Próxima means next, right? So 39D. 40, ahora mismo, no something. So now, we clarify that ahora mismo is now, right? All right, sorry, let's just go back to 39 for a second. Look back at the sentence with me, everybody, right? La semana, something semana, whatever it is, será, will be the first week of my vacations. So since it will be, we need something in the future. We need a vocabulary that means the future, right? And we know it is future tense because the ending is added to the infinitive. All right, so I'm going to add to the list of things we want to cover before we close off future and conditional one time because it's not hard, right? If that makes sense, everybody. If it still doesn't make sense to you, message me individually and tell me why, and I'll address it, right? All right, back to number 40. Now I am not worried. 40 has to be I am not, right? If it were A, this is the perfect tense. I have worried, is what it would mean. Nope, it can't. Yeah, I have worried, but that doesn't make sense, right? Well, I have not worried. No, I have not worried. Because I did well in my exams is what 41 is going to be, right? It can't be soy because soy is for permanent things. It's not tengo. If it were tengo, it wouldn't go with preocupado. It would be tengo preocupaciones. It would be the noun. So it can't be that, right? So estoy is the one we want, right? Because it's a temporary state. You will not be worried forever. Or you will not be worried forever. We're talking about a feeling, right? All right, 41. Now 41 could induce a panic unless we remain calm and use our skills of reasoning, right? So we figured out I did well on my exams, right? Now I'm not worried because I did well on my exam. So this has to be a because. Is it porque de que salí bien en mis exámenes? Is it a causa de que salí bien en mis exámenes? Así que de que salí bien, ya que de que salí bien. So C and D sound a little wrong, right? To have those two K's close together. Think of de que as being of that. If we only had in a sentence de and que, we would translate it as of that. So will we put in a word like porque and say, because of that, I did well in my exams? Doesn't it sound like there's something extra there? Now tell me about this a causa. So porque does mean because, right? But it means because by itself. It's completed meaning because. The expression with a causa, isn't it? A causa de? Isn't that the expression? So if we put in a causa and we completed it, right. So our answer for 41 is B. Now a CK can also mean sorry. A CK can mean so. So that's not it because we're saying we're not saying I am not worried, so I did well in my exams. That's not the connection we want. And yake means given that. Oh, right, sorry. A causa de means because. Now, given that could also fit if we didn't have this extra dk. So now we would have, given that of that, I did well in my exams, right? So that's why I suggested we put the choice back into the sentence. I will realize we have too many keys together. All right, number 42. Cuando something las vacaciones. So it has to be empezar, to begin, right? Now we're looking at the tenses because we know, has the vacation started as yet? No. Actually, I think that was a misleading question. Um they haven't started as yet. However, we wouldn't use future tense anyway, right? Because then that would be when they will begin the vacations, when the vacations will begin. That doesn't make sense. It is really present tense when the vacations begin. All right, what did you all have for this one? We need to conjugate empezar so it agrees with las vacaciones, right? So when they begin, cuando empiezan, right? So 41C, did you all have C? Yeah, okay, you use the future. I'm thinking through whether or not we would use subjunctive, which is what B is. B is the subjunctive. Before I started to correct it with you, I also thought it would have been D, but as I started to talk through it, I realized, but we would not say when the vacation will begin. We would just say when the vacation begins. And that would be present tense. I'm wondering if it's, so by 42, you'll have to put a little star. and get a second opinion or ask your teacher if they have an answer sheet. And I will look for my answer sheet for this one, right? Empiecen is the subjunctive. And sometimes the subjunctive is used for things that are unlikely to happen with cuando. But this has to happen. So I'm still going to put C as the answer, but I'm thinking about B. Right? For sure, I don't think we could use D. All right, 43. Right, about these special parents now. Mis padres, que siempre something mucho dinero, who always do something with a lot of money. What do they do? It's not an, right? If we wanted to say they have a lot of money, it would be tienen. Right. So it has to be they spend a lot of money from gastar, which we just went over, right? So gastan. All right, so 42 is C, 43 up here is C, 44, last one. All right, what word are we looking for to fill out 44? The speaker is saying what's something to have such parents who always spend a lot of money. Calor is heat. Sueño is dream. Suerte is luck. Lástima is pity. So que lástima, how but a pity. Que suerte, how lucky. Que sueño, how dreamy. Que calor, how hot, right? All right, so good. Suerte, C, 44C. All right, any questions? Anything anybody wants to ask? No? Okay, so let us, y'all ready to take a break now? Okay, so the name of this passage is En el mercado al aire libre. What is a mercado al aire libre? Open air market. Not exactly a flea market, right? Probably more like an artisanal market. Am I spelling this correctly? It's right. Okay. Well, my brain is not working. Let's spell it right in there somewhere. Artisanal, can't remember. Market. Somebody please help me with my spelling. I think it's two E's and not two I's. One E and one E. All right. Right. Good. So this is the market we're at. And the speaker starts, Hola, señora. So hello, madam, right? Venga. So this is subjunctive, right? The business being polite is the usted form of the subjunctive for a command, right? It's a command. Come see, venga a ver nuestros productos, de artesanía, our artisanal products, right? So we have a verb here, muy exquisitos, so they're very exquisite, y representan ejemplos excelentes de nuestra cultura local. So they represent excellent examples of our local culture and local and indigenous culture, indígena. Right? Lo que es something, estas artesanías, no something, una fortuna. So what is, with the adjective here, these products, these artisanal products, do not something a fortune. So probably they don't cost a fortune, right? It's una verdadera something, right? So something that means steal of a deal. Okay, now note that this is one speaker. And this is another speaker. Right? And here it's listen, again, madam, if we bring a something of ponchos, Quanto knows something, right? So they must be asking about price. All right, now that everybody's seen the title, I'm gonna move it up a little bit. Right, and so you should be able to see all the answers. So try them. 45 to 52. You can put your answers in the chat. I'm going to give everybody about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then we will correct them together. If you have a question, you could ask, right? Okay, so hello, madam. Come see our artisanal products, right? Veneer, Aver, right? They are very exquisite. So if you're saying they're very exquisite, well, we know that exquisitos, so it's plural. So that's to be they, so it can only be son or a stan. Which one is he more likely to use? If you produce a product and you're saying it's exquisite, we want that to be a permanent feature. So we say son, right? So 46C, 47. Okay, so cultura local. No, normally, sorry, I didn't mean to put O there. I meant to put a circle. Right. Normally we would put E, right? But what is going to happen if we put E? We have an E sound followed by an E sound, indígena. So we don't want E and an E. So what does Y become to say and? It becomes A, local e indígena, right? Right, so 47 will be B. Okay, 48, locate something. All right, so locate what? What did we pick for this one? If you didn't already send your answer, you can tell me. Lo que es mejor, what is the best, right? So poco is little, mejor is best, mucho is a lot, demasiado is too much, right? All right, so and lo mejor is another way to say the best. How do you say the worst? Lo peor. As in you're gonna say lo mejor es que, right? You're gonna add to that sentence. And it, otherwise it would be el la, but lo peor es que. So this is the worst, right? All right. So lo que es mejor, so 48B, 49. Estas artesanías no something una fortuna. So they don't cost a fortune. So no cuestan una fortuna. Es una verdadera ganga, bargain. Right? Suerte we know is luck, perdida is loss. Aventura is adventure. Okay? 51. Oiga, señora, si vamos a something de ponchos. So what are we going to buy of ponchos? Are we going to buy pound? Are we going to buy a ration? Are we going to buy a dozen? Are we going to buy a crowd? What are we going to buy? We're going to buy a dozen, right? Una docena. So 51. C. 52. ¿Cuánto nos da? Right? How much will you give it to us? Oh, wait, hold on. Cobra. What did y'all choose for the last one? Some people chose C. Anybody had a different answer? Right. Okay. So C, right? How much is it? In this case, charge. It's not how much he will he give us, it's how much will he charge us. I see. Now, did y'all figure out the context? Both of them seem to be talking to Senora. So maybe it's like a tour group going through the area. And these are the people selling, and they're addressing the tour guide. And then this is a member of the tour group also addressing the tour guide to ask how much will they charge us, right? All right, I'm gonna pause for a minute for anybody who needs vocab, but if everybody has everything they need, we could go straight ahead. Let me know if you're still writing, right? Otherwise, we'll move straight ahead. All right, let's read through it together. Agencia de moda, fashion agency. ¿Te interesa una carrera en modelaje? Again, note any vocab that is new, right? Interesarse, to be interested. Right? A modeling career, right? Yes, do you want to be a model? All right. ¿Quieres ser modelo? Do you want to be a model? En 5 semanas aprenderás etiquette, glamour, técnicas de escenario básico, I guess basic scene technical details, y de maniquí, how to pose, right? También coordinación de moda, cuidado de la piel y maquillaje. So some of these are familiar words. What are they offering here? Cuidado de la piel. What's piel? Skin, right? So skincare. Cuidado de la piel. And what is maquillaje? Makeup, right? All right. Garantizamos contratos con importantes casas de moda. What does this mean? What are we offering? Major contracts with fashion houses, right? Casas de moda, fashion houses. Da un paso adelante y recibe reconocimiento en el mundo del modelaje. So take a step forward and get your recognition in the modeling world, right? Inscríbete ahora. So sign up now. More information, visit our office situated in Plaza Grande, San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is the number. This is the email. Correo electrónico, right? All right. Not too hard. So let's look at the questions. This is too small. I can't get this exactly right. If I could just put it on like 80%, everything would fit. But okay. Let's see if you can answer the questions from memory. I'm giving you 2 minutes. So if there's any vocab that I skipped over that you want to ask the meanings of, let me know, right? Okay. What does the ad offer? What is the announcement offer? Did you have una carrera as your answer? A career? Right? Se entrena para ser. They're training you to be what? Modista, actriz, técnico, modelo. What is a modista? Make sure you know this word, right? So Moody says seamstress. That's not it, right? Modelo D, 53, 54D. Right? En donde trabajará? Right. Where will you work? What did it tell you? In Casas de Moda, right? So it says, garantizamos contratos con importantes casas de moda, right? So we guarantee contracts with major fashion houses, right? So in Casas de Moda, 55D. And 56. ¿Cuánto tiempo durará el curso? How long will the course last? I don't remember seeing this. Do you remember seeing this? Ah, it's at the top. En 5 semanas. I'll put it there. So in 5 weeks. All right. So now look at what they've done. They haven't given you back exactly 5 weeks. They've given you more than a month, less than a month, 2 months. So more than a month, you all had A for this one. Tricky. Right, 5 weeks. So did we have A because that's the best choice to convey 5 weeks because that is more than 4. All right, last little piece of this paper and then we will be done. Una anciana perdió los lentes fuera lentes y no podía hallarlos aunque los había buscado por todas partes. So, una anciana, an old person, an old lady, lost her what? What are lentes? And do you know another word for lentes? Okay, glasses, los lentes, glasses. Do you know gafas? All right, y no podía hallarlos. So hallar to find. Right, remember this is also a vocab building exercise. Even though, aunque, los había buscado, she had looked everywhere, por todas partes, right? En vista de eso, in light of this, fue a comprar otros. She went to buy others, right? El dependiente le enseñó muchos modelos, pero a la anciana no le gustó ninguno. So what happened? The assistant le enseñó, taught her about many models, but the old woman didn't like any. Entonces le trajo otro par. So then she tried another pair. ¿No le gustan estos? Preguntó. Son de la mejor calidad y muy fuertes. So what about this? You don't like these? He asked. They are the best quality and very strong. Me quedan bien. They suit me well. Sí me gustan mucho, pero ¿cuánto cuestan? So I guess I like them a lot. How much they cost? 2,000 pesos. ¿No tiene usted otros más baratos? You don't have anything cheaper? No, señora. Estos son los más baratos. So those are the cheapest, right? Entonces, los voy a comprar. What a letdown. I thought there was going to be some great dramatic, like maybe she found back her old pair or something. All right. So she says that I'm going to buy them, right? All right. 1 minute. Try these. ¿Qué perdió la anciana? What did the old woman use? So we already clarified it was her glasses. All right, so what are these other words? So traje, a suit. So bolsa, a bag. So we have billetes and anteojos. Which one is it? What is billetes? Tickets. And what is anteojos? Yet another word for glasses, right? And you can literally see ante in front of eyes, right? Right. Okay. La anciana fue a comprar nuevos lentes porque the old woman went to buy new glasses because, which is the answer? All right. So yes, good. D. No podía encontrar los viejos. She could not find the old ones, right? All right, 59. Oh, what did we say? All right, so we said 57 was D, and this one is also D, right? All right, 59. ¿Cómo le parecieron los últimos lentes que le mostró el dependiente? How did she find the last glasses that the clerk showed her, the sales attendant showed her? Yeah, sorry, I did forget to write the answers. All right, so 57. So what did she think of the last set? She said finally, me quedan bien, they suit me, right? Yes, me gustan mucho, pero I like them a lot, but, right? So which one gives us, so no le gustaron, that can be it, she didn't like them. Le gustaron mucho, yes, right? Le parecieron baratos, no, because they were not cheap. No le parecieron bonitos, who didn't tell us that, right? So 59, B. 60. ¿Qué decidió hacer la mujer finalmente? Did she decide to ir a buscar otros? Did she decide to go look for others? Comprar otro par? Ir a ver su médico, go to see her doctor? Or comprar el último par? D, right? Yes, D, right. Okay, so this brings us to the end of 2013, June. I am going to stop here. I know some of y'all still have exams tomorrow. And for the next 2 weeks, we'll add an extra 5 minutes to make up, right? So the topics y'all have given me so far, I want to do perfect tense and object pronouns. You guys also said for and para, preterite, subjunctive, and then if we have time, future and conditional as well, right? Let's revise all our tenses this term so that next term when we come out, we could just concentrate on more past paper questions, right? All right. That is it for today. If anybody has questions, they could remain to discuss. And other than that, you all are free to go once you have your answers noted, right? Take care, everybody.